This lesson is a review of algebra. So you need to know a slope formula. So slope formula is a slope, which is m, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that's finding the slope between 2 points, x1, y1, x2, y2. So you're going to subtract the y's, and then you're going to subtract the x's and go in the same direction. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So m is the slope, and then the b is the y-intercept. So to graph it, what you do is you start at the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is on the y-axis. So you make a dot, and then you apply the slope. So you can go up, or up to the right, or up to the left. So point slope form is you're doing y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So point slope form, you can take out a point. So if I had y minus 5 equals 3 times x plus 2, my slope would be 3, because that's the number in front of the parentheses right here. And my point would actually be negative 2, because this is opposite, and positive 5, because it's opposite. These negatives right here mean it's opposite. So to graph, what you do is you start at the point, negative 2, 5, so you go left 2, up 5, make a dot, and then you apply a slope of up 3, right 1, or down 3, left 1, and you connect the dots. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. So a, b, and c don't stand for any numbers. They just need to be positive and negative whole numbers. So to graph this, I'll do an example. So to graph 3x minus 6y equals 18, what you do is you find x and y intercepts. So to find the x-intercept, what you do is you cover up the y, so pretend this is 0, and solve for x. This is to find the x-intercept. So when I do that, x equals 6, and now I'm going to do the same thing for the y. To find the y-intercept, I cover up the x. So I get y equals negative 3. So when you graph it, on the x-axis, you're going to go to 6. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. On the y-axis, you put a dot at negative 3, and then you connect them. It's kind of easy to graph in standard form, just getting the x and y-intercepts. Okay, I have an acronym, HOI-VUX, to remember horizontal and vertical lines. So H stands for horizontal. So horizontal lines have a 0 slope, and they're always y equals a number. Vertical lines, up and down, have a slope of undefined, and the equation is going to be x equals a number. So this is a number, this is a number. This graph right here, this first one, is in standard form. X and y, x plus y equals a number. So I'm going to cover up the y and solve for x. So x equals 6. Then I'm going to cover up the x, and I'm going to solve for y. So it's y equals 4. So if I go to x equals 6 and y equals 4, and I connect the dots, there's my line. The second line is a special line. It's just x equals. So if you remember up here, whenever you have x equals, it's a vertical line. So it's a vertical line, you go to 2 on the x-axis and then make a vertical line. And letter C is in slope-intercept form. Y is by itself. So I have the m is negative 1/2, and the b is negative 5. So you always start here first. So I go to negative 5 on the y-axis, make a dot, and my slope is negative 1/2. So I can either go down 1, right 2, or up 1, left 2. It doesn't matter. Down 1, right 2, or up 1, left 2. Okay, even though these are both in standard form, it says write it in slope-intercept form. So remember, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So that means I need to solve for y. So to solve for y, I need to get rid of the negative 6x first. So I'm going to add 6x to each side. These two are not like terms, so I can't combine them. So now I have 3y equals 12 plus 6x. I divide both sides by 3. You need to divide each thing by 3. So it's going to be y equals 4 plus 2x. So the number in front of x is a slope. The number by itself is 4. So I'm going to start at the number by itself, which is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a dot. And I can either go up to right 1, or I could go down to left 1 and connect. Letter B is put it in slope-intercept form. So solve for y. Subtract 5x from each side. And then I'm going to divide each thing by negative 6. So it's going to be y equals negative 5 plus 5, 6x. So you start at negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, make a dot, and go up 5, right 6, up 5, right 6. Or you could go down 5, left 6. You're still going to end up at the same spot. Make sure to put arrows at the end of your lines too. Okay, you need to write an equation in point-slope form. So let's review point-slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So you need a slope and you need a point. So these negatives means the numbers are going to be opposite when you plug it in. So I have my x, my y, and my m. So I'm going to start out with y. Now this is a positive 3, so I'm going to change it to negative 3 because over here it's opposite. Same with the x, it's opposite. So it's y minus 3 equals the slope, which is 2 parentheses x. Remember, it's opposite, minus 2. That's in slope or point slope form. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. So it's y, it's a negative 5, so it's going to be plus 5 equals the slope, which is negative 1/4. Start your parentheses, x plus 3. Okay, then number 4 is I don't have a slope, so I have to find the slope. So to find the slope, I do 8 minus 5 divided by 5 minus 0. So it's 3/5. Now you could have went 5 minus 8 over 0 minus 5 and still got negative 3, negative 5, which is still 3/5. It doesn't matter. So when you do point slope form, it doesn't matter what point you pick. I'm going to pick this one, this slope. So it's going to be y minus 8 equals 3/5 times x minus 5. Or if you picked the other one, you could have done y minus 5 equals 3/5 times x minus 0. Okay, B, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to find the slope. So negative 5, be careful with your negatives, minus 6 over negative 1 minus 2. So it's negative 11 over negative 3, which simplifies to 11/3. So that's my slope. And then again, you can pick either point. So I'm going to pick the ones that are positive. Those are easier for me. So, or I think is probably easier for everybody. Y minus 6, because that's a positive 6, equals positive 11/3. X minus 2 is your answer. Okay, number 5. Remember we have horizontal line, slope is 0, and it's y equals. Vertical lines, up and down, slope is undefined, and it's always x equals. So let's use that. So it says write an equation for the horizontal line. So horizontal line is going to be y equals. And then what does y equal? Does y equal -6 or -10? Y equals -10. So there's my equation for the horizontal line. The vertical line is x equals, what does x equal? -6 or -10 equals -6. And then B, the horizontal line is going to be y equals -7, and the vertical line is x equals 0. The last one, the horizontal line is y equals 1, and the vertical line is x equals -2. And 6, write an equation in standard form. So ax plus by equals c for the line passing through this. Remember I said that a, b, and c are nothing special. So the steps are, the first thing you have to do is find the slope. Then you needed to write it in point slope form, which we just did on the last slide. Then you need to make it look like standard form, so you need to get x and y on same side. And a, b, and c need to be whole, positive or negative whole numbers, so you're going to have to clear fractions. So let's go through it. So find the slope. So 2 minus 5 divided by -1 minus 4 is -3 over -5. Well, we know that's 3/5. So that's my slope. This is my point. Remember, it doesn't matter which point you use. So it's going to be y minus 5 equals 3/5 times x minus 4. That's in point slope form. Now I need you to use a distributive property and get x on the same x over here simplified. So y minus 5 equals 3/5 x minus 4 times 3/5 is 12/5. So this is minus 12/5. Okay, right now I'm gonna clear fractions right now. So if I clear fractions, I need to look at all of my denominators. Looks like I only have 5 as my denominator, so I'm going to multiply everything through by 5. So when I multiply 5 times y, I just get 5y. When I multiply 5 times -5, I get -25 equals. When I multiply 5 times 3/5, the 5's cancel out, so then I get 3x. When I multiply 5 times -12/5, the 5's cancel out, so I get -12. So my fractions are gone. So the last step I want to do is get x and y on the same side. So this is going to be -3x plus 5y, and get rid of that -12 or -25, so add 25 to each side. So it's going to be equals 13. There's my final answer.